You're watching Wrestling Express podcast.
What is going on, everybody? Today is Friday, April 18th, and we're doing Night 2 WrestleMania predictions. Now, yesterday we had Night 1, so hopefully that's pretty accurate with some of those. Not sure yet. We'll see this weekend. With that being said, yesterday I had some notes. Today I do not have any notes. We're just going to come right off the hip here. So, first match on the card that I have here, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I would kind of, I was going to put it in the El Grande Americano, Rey Mysterio, but I wouldn't say that. I would consider it more of a legitimate match. I feel like the build-up's been kind of off. I could see either one winning this. I just don't feel like either one of them really needs a big WrestleMania win right now, let alone a big WrestleMania match right now. If I had to pick, I might go with Logan Paul just as he's building his career in the WWE, getting a couple big wins. Obviously, he's had some big losses as well, with overall just a lot of big matches. I could see them giving him this win and everyone being okay with it, I suppose. I would like to see AJ Styles win. If I'm being realistic, I think that Logan Paul is going to win. Next up, we have the Sin City Street Fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Now, this is one I do feel like they've had really good long-term storytelling with it. I feel like here's kind of where I stand with this match. I like both of them. I think that Drew McIntyre is doing this fake heel character where he's saying stuff that people don't like, but he's right. And I say this every Drew McIntyre match that I review, whether it be a predictions, whether it be a results. I say Drew McIntyre is portrayed as a heel because he says stuff that people don't like, but he's right. And this is, again, another one of those matches. With that being said, I think he had a very, very, short WrestleMania win last year, so Damian Priest should win this year. But Damian Priest had an even bigger win at WrestleMania last year, beating Drew McIntyre. So my prediction is they're going to flip-flop it. Drew McIntyre is going to beat Damian Priest in this year's WrestleMania to get back at Damian Priest for beating him at last year's WrestleMania. Next up, we got the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn Balor. Be curious to see how Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio work or don't work together. My guess is they're going to work together for the majority of the match until it comes to them two. They're going to have a switch. I'd have to assume that Finn Balor is going to go face. Dom's just going to go deeper and deeper and deeper into that heel character. The only guy that has been a heel, had a heel turn, and then is now more of a heel, and is going to have another heel turn. But they could flip the script and try to make Dom a face by turning Finn Balor really, really, really heel against a big, big heel. I just don't think it's going to happen. I also don't think that Penta's going to win. I think I like him, and he's new, and he's flashy, and I think it'd be really cool for him to win. I just don't think that he's going to win. With that being said, I don't see Judgment. I have to go with Braun Breaker retaining. I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I'm blatantly wrong, like so wrong. But I can't pick between the other people on who he's going to drop it to. I really can't. So we'll just move on to more. Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I don't think Bayley and Lyra are going to win this. I think this is, again, kind of just a filler match. You got, 18 hours of television to fill between pre-show, live show, and post-show. I think we kind of saw a glimpse of Bayley kind of turning a little bit. Maybe we'll get a Bayley heel turn at the end of the match. I don't think it'll make a difference. In my opinion, Bayley's kind of stale. I almost feel like Lyra's a little bit stale. I don't hate them by any means. I just think they need a little bit more going than what they have. And maybe this will be the way to kind of kickstart them up again and build a feud between them. But like I said, I think Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to beat them. Next up, WWE Women's World Championship match between, it's a triple threat, between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. I heard through the grapevine, and this sounds completely inaccurate to me, that Rhea, while champion, was supposed to do a storyline she didn't want to do, which sounds preposterous considering the storyline she was in with Dom. And then as her punishment, Io beat her for the championship, kind of removing her from the WrestleMania picture, but now it all doesn't add up because now she's back in the WrestleMania picture just without the championship. Maybe she'll win it at WrestleMania. Maybe this was a little bit more of a turn and gift type deal where you win it and then you lose it real quick, only to have a huge win at WrestleMania on the grandest stage of them all. I could also see Bianca Belair winning. Whether or not she interferes in the Jade Cargill-Naomi match, we'll see. Whether or not one of them interferes in her match, we'll see. I don't even remember who I said was going to win the Naomi Jade Cargill match yesterday. Where I was going with that was if Naomi wins and beats Jade Cargill, I think she will also interfere in this match, costing Bianca Belair the women's championship. I think if Jade wins, I could see Naomi doing the same thing, to be honest. I think Naomi's going to interfere in this match somehow, some way, getting back at Bianca Belair for turning her back on her and going with Jade Cargill. With that being said, I don't see Io Sky retaining. I definitely see the title changing hands. Who it changes hands to, that's kind of a tough one. Gonna lock it in. Bianca Belair, final answer. Don't know why, I just got a feeling. I got a feeling. All right. Next up, main event of the evening, undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Now, if you guys remember, a couple months ago in February, I believe, I don't know when this stuff happens, I said that if the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl for the third time, which had never been done, then John Cena was going to win the WWE Championship for the 17th time, which has never been done. Kansas City Chiefs lost. I made a slight prediction before before he did, that John Cena might have a bit of a heel turn, which is going to get the feud with Cody Rhodes really going. With that being said, I really like this heel John Cena. I think the merch is a little bit excessive. I don't need a new t-shirt and hat and wristbands and towel and socks every single place that they go. I'm very curious as to how well those are selling and how many of those will go on clearance at some point in the next 2-3 years. With that being said, I still, even though I'm contradicting my theory, I still gotta go with John Cena winning. I think that the Cody Rhodes title run has been a little bit stale. Granted, he's the only person that from last year's WrestleMania to this year's WrestleMania has held his championship. It just seems like, and maybe they give him a Roman Reigns run, where there's a lot of times during that run where you thought he was going to lose it, and you thought he was going to lose it, and you thought it was time, and he just never did. I've kind of felt that with Cody Rhodes a couple times, like, this is going to be the match, he loses it, and he didn't. But I kind of have that feeling here too. My guess is John Cena will win his 17th World Championship, be the last true, real champion, and just kind of ride off into the sunset for his retirement year. Where that goes, I don't know, but that's just what I'm feeling in my heart. So I'm gonna go with that. With that being said, that ends my Night 2 WrestleMania predictions. If you have not watched Night 1, that was posted yesterday, so get on that ASAP, like literally before tomorrow, just to see if I'm right. Maybe somewhere in the comments, I'll put how many I got right versus how many I got wrong. Happy WrestleMania week to all who celebrate, like I said yesterday. Hopefully, whether you're watching it live, whether you're in one of their new weird full arena deals that you can watch it at, or whether you're at a watch party, you have a fun time. I'll be watching it down here in my basement for the first time. Well, I'll be watching it here for the first time ever. I'll be watching it in the state of Iowa for the first time ever. But I've been going to every WrestleMania, and I can say this because they messed it up with, well, I don't want to say they messed it up, but I've had the opportunity to go to every live WrestleMania since 2019, which sounds crazy to say because it's 2025. The last 6 years, that's technically 5 years. I've gone to every live WrestleMania, watching it live, and it's been amazing. But now I got a little peanut, and turns out babies are not a fan of loud noises. They're not a fan of travel. Most of them are not a big fan of Vegas. They can't drink, they can't gamble, they can't walk, which is kind of like all the they really don't stay up late unless you put them to bed, then they wake up in the middle of the night. But yeah, Vegas is not a good baby place. And WrestleMania with loud explosions is also not a good baby place. So yeah, when Winnie is old enough to, I will remind her pretty consistently that I stayed home with her and watched WrestleMania at home instead of going to see it live. But maybe, hopefully, someday, she'll be sitting right next to me at a WrestleMania once she's able to walk and talk and stay up past like 6 p.m. and not wake up at 1 a.m. Maybe she'll be right next to me at a WrestleMania. And that'll be the day, folks. That'll be the full circle from living in New Jersey, watching it in New Jersey live, to moving to Iowa, becoming a dad, becoming a fiance, and watching it with my little one. I don't know how many years from now, but it'll be quite the full circle moment. That kind of went off the rails a little bit. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy tomorrow and the next day, WrestleMania Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday. Hopefully my predictions are right. If they're not, oh well. If they are, I'm going to do one of these when I come back. Yeah, enjoy your WrestleMania weekend, folks.